2021, the year of the ox. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a good year, or is it going to be a bad year for the Chinese people? Well, I look at it from the standpoint of a foreigner living in mainland China for the last 18 years. In 2021, it's just going to pick up. It's going to get better. There's going to be more subways. There's going to be more high-speed trains. There's going to be freight trains coming from places like Turkey to China. And this is part of the Belt and Road Initiative. And I think the first one was in November coming from Turkey, and I think they had another one here not too long ago. But you see, the idea that they're making inroads with all of the countries around the world makes their economy a very resilient economy. It makes it something that helps not only the Chinese people, but people around the world, other countries. So as China grows, these other countries grow, and 2021 is going to see a lot more cooperation between these countries and China. And as that happens, you're going to see the Chinese people get richer, their lives get better, and the countries that they're dealing with, their citizens are going to get better and their lives are going to get better, and those countries are going to get stronger. In 2021, you're going to see something that you've never seen before in your life or my life. Digital currency. Seriously. And the Chinese are cutting edge on digital currency. They're actually having trials here. The last one was in up by Shanghai. Suzhou, I think, is where it was. And they gave a bunch of money away to see if people would use it to buy in certain stores that accepted it. It's through the bank. And everybody's going to say, well, that's just like WeChat and Alipay. No. WeChat and Alipay are like a wallet for your cash. This stuff is actual cash. It's actual tender. If you were to go into a store in the future and say, I want to pay with my digital currency, they can't refuse you. With WeChat and Alipay, they can refuse you because, we don't have WeChat, we don't have Alipay. But this digital currency on this government app is actual digital currency. It is like taking money out of your pocket and giving it to somebody. This is the first time. And you say, well, the implications of that. This is rolling out in 2021. This is going to come out in the Olympics. This has already been tested in China, way ahead of everybody else. Amazing stuff. You're going to see the Chinese government taking COVID vaccines and sending them around the world to help people out that can't afford it, that can't afford the American dollar or the Canadian dollar, or the UK pound, or whatever, to buy these things. The Chinese are going to be helping people out like that. You're going to see China taking a bigger role in the world in the near future. And 2021 is when it's going to happen. In 2021, you're going to see more education. You're going to see more money going into the poor communities of China, because although they've alleviated extreme poverty here in China, as of right now, this year, 2020, that doesn't mean people aren't still poor in certain areas of China. The government is going to make sure that these people are dealt with better, they have better health, they have better education, they have better opportunities in the future. That's just how the Chinese government rolls. And I think that's a great thing. Rather than, doling out a welfare check, they make it possible for these people to compete with better roads, better transportation by train, better education for the children, better this, all of these things that make China a very competitive country in the world today. And they look to their people to be the competitors in the world today. And they can't do it without infrastructure and education for the children. And I think that's where China shines. I think this is the turning point of the Chinese economy and how China is looked at around the world, just for the fact that they haven't had a good reputation. I don't know whether it's mainstream media, I don't care whether it's the politicians in the United States or wherever saying bad things about China. I think that because the Chinese people and the Chinese government do the right thing, I think that's why people around the world are going to look at China and say, I think we should listen to these people rather than those people, just for the fact that China is doing it and making it work. where others aren't. Does China have some hurdles in the next year to overcome? Of course they do. Every country does around the world. They've got to keep the COVID-19 virus out of China, and when it does come into China, they've got to isolate it, just like any other country around the world. They've done a really good job of it, and I don't see in the past, and I don't see them doing a bad job in the future. I think that because they value life of their citizens over cash, I think that they'll be successful in that. I have no misgivings about that. And as somebody living in China on a resident permit for the next 3 years, I'm banking my life and my wife's life on that, and I do trust the Chinese government to actually make that happen. So 2021 will be a very safe time for the Chinese people as compared to people around the world. And they're sort of switching their economy to domestic consumption more than the export business type country they were before. And when they do that, they have, well, obviously they have the customers to do it with probably 1/5 of the world's population. Makes them strong. Yes, they don't have to sell their wares abroad. So basically that's my prediction about what's going to be happening in 2021. Yeah, pretty generic, pretty understanding, but it's all the truth. I don't see China tripping up anytime soon. I see China doing a really good job, as they have in the past, and 2021 is just another one of those years that China is going to make it better, not only for themselves, but for their partners around the world.